Hello, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome to your weekly forecast. This is from the 27th of April all the way to the 3rd of May. Now I'm going to start from Monday to Sunday so that I don't cut the weekend halfway, okay? Also, because on the 26th on Sunday, we have Uranus entering Gemini, and I would like to make a video just for that. If I hope I'll have time. It's a 7 years change, and I want to explain each sign how they're gonna be affected, the ones that are gonna be affected the most by this change. And yeah, but let's dive in anyway into your forecast for the next week. I'm recording this. Today is the 22nd, and I'm in Dubai. First of all, my name is Raisa Lima. I'm an astrologer using Western Tropical Zodiac Astrology and the whole house sign system. Putting your sign at 0 degrees in the ascendant line. So I recommend that you watch for your rising sign first, then your sun and your moon. But your rising sign is the one that's going to make the most sense when I talk about the houses. Mhm. So let me start by sharing my screen. Yeah, here we are. Uh-huh. And we do it this way. I always like to show myself small here. Put this one bigger. Oops, I need to check something. Put myself slightly smaller. Okay. Okay, that's good. Yeah. All right, Monday, 27. I set my chart, as you can see, 0 degrees Leo, your sign is here. And I'm recording this from Dubai. As you can see here, I put at 12 o'clock, so at noon, but I'm going to give you some times, say in the morning, the afternoon. We are UTC +4, so make the maths according to where you are. It could be the night before, it could be the night after. So yes, UTC +4, that's Dubai time. So if we start on Monday, wow, there's a lot of love breakthroughs and unexpected conditions. There's about a lot about love this week, by the way, because Venus is making some alignments, yeah. And Venus now is in Gemini, and as we start the day, you can see here Uranus that moved to Gemini the day before is conjuncting Venus, and that's a very powerful aspect that brings sudden shifts in love, in attraction, and emotional clarity. So Uranus will be on your 11th house for the next 7 years. So be ready. There will be some surprises, some changes in the way you deal with your community, social groups, and all of how can I say, clubs, collective endeavors. Yeah, your friends is the house of the friendship. And so it's going to bring some surprises all over the years regarding that. So now that Venus is there in Gemini, conjuncting Uranus, so unexpected, expect the unexpected. Yeah, on Monday you might encounter some unexpected connection or sudden attractions or surprising change in relationships regarding your friendships, communities, social circles where you are. And this is very electric and fast and impossible to ignore. So that's pretty good. And it could bring unexpected money as well. Venus also ruling money and arts and beauty. Um, then we have Venus sextiling Neptune in Aries on your 9th house, and that brings some depth, intensity, or powerful emotional shifts. I would say powerful love, something something that can be transformed. Not Pluto, Neptune. What I'm talking, yeah, about here, sorry. First Pluto, I'm talking about Pluto. I'm looking at Neptune and talking about Pluto, although those are both very good alignments. So yeah, so Neptune is it's very intense. It's something's transforming your relationships. It's changing. You might meet someone that will change the way that might change the way you are used to love or to relate, might become a little more intellectual, more mind, because we have Aquarius and Gemini, they both air signs, so it's a lot um, mind connected. Yeah, so you might encounter, if you're single, of course, you might meet someone, could even be from those signs, Aquarius or Gemini. Um, but it's a strong connection, it's transforming, it's powerful, it's big, there is depth and intensity. Okay, and with the sextile between Venus and Neptune, that could be the dream love. And ninth house, it could mean as well that this person comes from foreign lands, from from far, far away. So, and he's part of one of your communities, one of the groups that you're part of. So you might meet someone, I don't know, let's say, for example, I take myself as an example. Yeah, I'm not Leo or anything, but I do kite surfing. And that could mean that I could meet someone that I'm intellectually attracted in this community while I'm on the beach kite surfing, and this person could be visiting Dubai, for instance, or lives abroad, or comes from faraway land, or whatever. Or during a trip that I do kite surfing, I might meet someone. I go on a trip, kiting somewhere else, and I meet someone, and it's a dreamy love. Um, Very powerful, very intense. Those are the themes. This is beautiful, yeah. Then we have the moon in Virgo, sextiling. The moon in Virgo is in your second house, about money and practicality. And it's sextiling Jupiter in Cancer, which is exalted in Cancer in your 12th house. So something is working here behind the scenes. Um, it's a very stabilizing influence that's throughout the day. It's going to be stronger in the afternoon for sure, so that brings some emotional clarity and support here, an ability to process what's happening in a very grounded way, yeah, in a very practical way. So for Monday, expect a attraction that can be instant, emotions that run deeps, connections that can begin or end suddenly with Uranus here. Could be also the end of a connection. Yeah, then there'll be some clarity that follows all this intense attraction and all of that. Yeah, emotions can settle into understanding, and you can choose wisely, not just react. Then 28 Tuesday, so there is some karmic decisions on this day, mental clarity and fated shifts. This is subtle but powerful day. On the 28th, let's say what we have, the sun in Taurus. Sun is your ruler, is in your 10th house. You're very focused on your career in the moment, and you are trying to get something stable and grounded. You're focused on money, and that's a very good energy. And all these planets will be shifting to Taurus, so there is a lot going on when it comes to your reputation, the house of your reputation, your achievement in the world, in authorities as well, public life recognition, guides, career, vocation. Yeah, it's the house of achievements. So with the sun there is same sextile Saturn in Aries on your ninth house. It's a favorable alignment, built into perfect on the 29th, the next day. it's an important adjustment, although it's not super, super strong, but it's when reality meets desire. And I think Saturn here is helping you exactly to build with confidence, with creativity, what you want in your career for the next 2 years, 2.5 years. Pretty good. It's a pretty good alignment. It's bringing stability, patience, maturity, structure. So, and this aspect is also activating the nodes of faith. Okay, this north node in Pisces and the south node in Virgo on your second house again. So that's bring a karmic tone to this day, past patterns and future direction and the choices in between. So again, there is something here regarding your career. Saturn is working, trying to get the balance. And the Saturn is in your ninth house. Saturn here is trying to bring discipline and structure in your higher learning. Maybe you want to learn something else. Yeah, it's the search for meanings, higher education. It's mind expansion as well, but it's also the house for religions, philosophy, travel, adventure, journeys, foreign lands, long distance travels and relationships. So, sorry, this alignment could mean the opportunity of expanding your work internationally, or commuting to another land, or being invited to work somewhere else, or yeah, getting a job offer in a foreign land. Let's move on to what we have here. Okay, then the moon will be shifting on this day to Gemini. Sorry. And not to Gemini, what am I talking? The moon enters Libra. God, sorry, third house. I have Gemini in my head because I was doing Aries just before you. The moon enters Libra in the afternoon, and so now the emotional tone will shift towards balance in relationships and perspective in your third house. Could be in your neighborhood, it could be with your siblings, could be just balance in your the way you think, you write, you speak, sell. Yeah, so the moon will be here, and it will trine Uranus in Gemini. There'll be a trine here. There is some sudden clarity, some new ideas, unexpected realizations. Yeah, something will click. Might come from some friends, some community. Expect the unexpected, okay? But that's good. It's a good one, positive one. Wednesday, 29, emotion reality check and tension in relationships. Why Wednesday? There's always some tension. There was a tension. Today I'm recording this on Wednesday, and I remember from, I was saying it today, there's a lot of squares from the moon to Saturn and Mars and all of that. Today's been a difficult day. At my work, I heard like from some colleagues are losing their jobs, and it's just, yeah. I'm not saying that's, I mean, next Wednesday is another day, it's another sign, something else is happening. Let's see. Okay, now the moon, we have the moon in Libra. Okay, still bringing focus to balance, relationships and connections. And, but the moon will be opposing Saturn and then Mars. Yeah, first Saturn, then Mars, but that's an energy that's going on throughout the day. So there is some emotional distance and heaviness here, in a sense of rejection as well, that can surface, or something at distance, or with one of your siblings, maybe one older. Yeah, there is a tension. The moon opposing Mars, the same, that's when the tension rises, I think. Yeah, there is a reaction and frustration, and some conflict as well can appear, especially in relationships. Could be with one of your siblings. Saturn can represent the father sometimes, could be the father, but yeah, one of your siblings, most probably. But this tension can bring some emotional sensitivity and external pressure for sure. Feeling misunderstood, unsupported, maybe from someone that is far away from you, that doesn't understand exactly what's happening in your neighborhood, in the local where you live, in the things that you do on a daily basis. Um, it's a day to set emotional boundaries. Hmm. And don't react. With Mars here, especially, don't react, okay? If there is a conversation coming, especially if someone that is far away or is from foreign lands, do not react because Mars will push you and that can bring some aggression, and that's not good. 30th, Thursday, the 30th. So miscommunication, again, we have some karmic crossroads and emotional decisions here. Yeah, on this day, the words will carry some weight because, as you can see, at noon, this is perfection. So this starts in the morning, goes throughout the day, that the moon will be opposing now Mercury in conjunction with Chiron. So there are some communication around some wound, or it might hurt. That might have, like, you might have a communication with someone and that's gonna hurt. That might create a wound, or that's gonna be around a wound that already exists that can trigger. There's some emotional triggers here. Yeah. Um, yeah, conversation can feel reactive, misunderstood, emotionally charged. And Venus in Gemini is squaring the nodes. There is a square. So it's a karmic turning point as well in love, in values, decisions, again, friendships, old patterns versus new directions, something that feels familiar, but maybe is not right. And you know it, you will know it. And it's the eighth house and the second house. So eighth house could be shared resources or money that come from other sources than your job. And the second house is your salary, is the money that comes from your job. Venus do signify money as well. Since there is a square here, I would say there is a feeling, and maybe, it's in your community, but I don't think it could be about love, could be about a relationship that you have, that you might be over giving and not receiving enough, or there is an imbalance when it comes to resources, money, valuables, and yes, that's for the day. What was I? Thursday, third, yeah, yeah. What else? Friday, 1st of May. Now, okay, now the moon is shifting to Scorpio. So and on this day we have a full moon, by the way, which is again a karmic turn point, and there is some emotional awakening. Why? It's one of the most powerful days of the week, I have to say, because first the moon enters Scorpio, and that's deep emotion. Will be squaring your first house. Um, the moon in Scorpio feels, it's like it's very intuitive, but it feels very intense. Everything feels intense. Emotionals are intense. Yeah, what was surface level becomes very real and raw and impossible to ignore. That's what I wrote here. And then the moon is squaring, so in the morning already, the moon will be squaring Pluto, which is the ruler of Scorpio. Okay, it's in your seventh house, so the moon is in your fourth house, which is about your home and your roots, your private life. But there is a square in your relationship, maybe at home, and that brings some power struggles and some emotional triggers as well, and deep inner patterns that come into focus. Maybe with your spouse, with your family, or one of your family members, someone that lives with you. There is some tension, some fight here. Not good. What else? Moon squares Pluto, and then we have, then let's talk about the full moon. Okay, so the full moon will happen at 11 degrees of Scorpio, and it's in your fourth house. And as you can see, there is those two blue lines, meaning the moon is creating an inconjunction or quincunx with Venus and Saturn. Okay, and of course, full moon means that the moon is opposing the sun, will be at 11 degrees. So these blue lines, these inconjunctions, create what we call a yod, or fingers of God, which is led by the moon. So full moons are about endings, about closing a cycle, usually for something that opened 6 months ago on the Scorpio new moon. Now it's time to close on this full moon. And what can I say? Wait, what did I write down? The yacht. Let's talk about this yacht. So there's a pressure point here around Venus. Love, relationship, in your community, friendship, communication, and responsibility, Saturn. And the choices, so those yachts, they never feel comfortable. They feel like something has to change. It's time to let go on something. You just don't know how to do it. It could be an old relationship. It could be something that is not working anymore because maybe it's a long distance relationship that you have, or it's just not aligned to where you are right now, or it could be as well someone from a different religion that is just not your family is not accepting that you guys are not from the same religion, or it's time to let go on something. And it could be about relationship, and if it is, it's karmic. And because Venus is sextiling, so Venus is in a good alignment with Saturn here. It's just not a good alignment with the moon. And this brings stability in what's real, okay? So it's not that everything has to collapse, but there is some things that are meant to end, to finish. It's a karmic decision in relationships. That's what I would say. Not everything have or can stay the same, right? Let's move to Saturday, the 2nd. Now we have some emotional healing after this full moon. Maybe you ended something on Friday. On Saturday, it opens a gate for some expansion and honest conversation. So after the intensity of the full moon on Friday, Saturday brings a softer and more supportive energy, one that helps you understand what you feel. Because now the moon, still in Scorpio, will keep your emotions deep and very intuitive, but there is a space to process because the moon now is trining Jupiter on your 12th house, which is the house of your subconscious. unacknowledged or repressed parts of oneself. So this can bring some emotional healing and expansion. And it's a beautiful moment actually for connection and forgiveness and understanding yourself. Or, yeah. And we have Mercury. Then again, there is Mars. The moon is now in conjuncting Mars as well, around noon, a little bit earlier, which might push you. You might want to act, you might want to say, you might want to react to something, maybe to that end the day before, whatever it was, with the full moon, and now you feel like you want to say, you want to act, you want something to push you, but you shouldn't. The moon here with Jupiter is work on yourself first. Yeah, work on your on a healing. Um, Mercury conjunct Chiron in Aries here, so that's a conversation again. You see, that can touch a wound, can also bring healing. By the way, so it's honest words that can release something. But be mindful because Mercury here is still in Aries, so can make the conversation a little bit too fiery and too impulsive and bold and ouch. Yeah, speaking your truth. Okay. And let's move to Sunday. So now on Sunday, what do we have? Bold moves and unpredictable energy again. This is a transitional day because now the moon starts in Scorpio, but in the morning, and then it will shift to Sagittarius around 10 a.m. here, Dubai time. Oh, I don't know if I said the full moon on Friday, it happens at 9:25 p.m. in Dubai. Okay, so always set your intentions at the time of the moon or after, never before, because we say that the gate's still not open. So if you have a little ritual that you like to do at the time of the full moon or a bit after, but never before. Um, what I was saying on Sunday, yeah, so the moon will shift to Sagittarius, and then the mood lifts for sure. Yeah, a lot, especially you a fire sign. So the moon in Sag and Leo, you being a Leo, it's a really good thing. It's a good feeling. It's a very good feeling. Um, because it's positive, it's optimist, is a little bit detached and yeah. Then the moon will be opposing. You see, at noon, the moon opposes Uranus. So some surprises again. Now the moon is in your fifth house, which is about fun and pleasure. Which day is that? Sunday. You just want to have fun. You want to go out. You're very adventurous. You're connected to your hobbies, entertainment. It's a good day to go to watch a movie or something, and you might get some surprises. Um, yeah, something is gonna surprise you on this day. Now we have Mars in Aries squaring Jupiter, and this is building, yeah, towards perfection on the 5th. So it's gonna be it's gonna be stronger on Tuesday, but it's already happening. That's impulsive actions and overconfidence. Emotional reactions could be amplified here. And Jupiter, whatever touch, expand. Yeah, it brings good luck and all of that. Yes, but with Mars in the Aries, there is this aggressive action, and Jupiter might expand all of that on your ninth house. Remember, again, the themes: search for meaning, higher education, mind expansion, philosophy, religions, adventure, journey, travel. It's the house of higher learning. I explore. long distance relationships here. So there is some tension between Jupiter and Mars. Yeah. So be careful not to get too impulsive, and I would say channel this energy into intentional action. If you channel that for something that is very, without being reactive or impulsive, if you have something that you like, for example, Mars is in your ninth house, so you want to learn something, you decide that you're going to go back to, I don't know, to university, or you're just going to subscribe in a new course. Use this energy to expand that, to expand what you want to learn, to expand and act in a mindful way, in a intentional way. Doesn't need to be impulsive, yeah? Well, not every impulse needs action either. So this is what I have for you, my lovely Leos. And before you go, I'm gonna pull one tarot card, one message from the angels. Let's see what we have. What is the message for the week? Oops. Turn this one side down. Shuffle the cards. Oops, everything's falling. Sorry. Opa, there is one here. Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords. There is, yeah. Oh, Ace of Swords. New opportunities in the mind, in your thinking. I believe that's a lot to do with Venus in Gemini and with Uranus in Gemini. It's a chance of a new way of thinking, of a new way of that's been offered to you. That could also mean messages coming your way. Very nice. That's beautiful for the week. And what is the message from the Angels 504? If you see this number, it's not coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence. One day at a time. Patience, present, progress, focus, daily effort, future, mindfulness. The effort you put in today is what will illuminate your future. Focus on doing the right things today and do not worry about what will happen tomorrow. Your daily efforts are building the foundation for tomorrow's success. What steps can I take towards today to progress towards my goal? And how can I stay focused on the present? Identify one key task or action you can take today that will move you closer to your goals. Concentrate on completing this task and trust that each step you take is building your path forward. Beautiful. All right, my lovely Leos, this is what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe and comment as well. It's very important for me to know if this content is good, it's too short, it's too long, not enough, or my last week I recorded it. There was some video with no sound at all. I upload everything. I don't even check, but that's okay. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Hopefully, have a lovely one.